Now back to the Brian Zimmerman Show. Here's Brian.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of The Brian Zimmerman Show, where I share personal tell-all stories and revelations on my good and bad experiences in sales, music, and radio. Speaking of radio, I wanted to talk today about some of the things that I didn't like doing when I had my radio show back at WKMB. Live reads. Was always nervous when I had to do a live read, whether it was a commercial or some sort of sponsorship or something like that. I used to record the read onto CD, and then I would play it live on the play it when the slot came up, the time slot came up to play that specific spot. But I got used to then doing it live. I think in the beginning you get, for me, I'm always a perfectionist, right? So I want things to be done perfect. If you're not going to do your best, there's no sense of doing it. So I wanted to make sure back when I was doing these live reads, when I was recording them onto CD, that I was, absolutely perfect and I wasn't nervous. I didn't sound nervous on the air. I went home and I recorded it and brought the CD in to play it. We used to do play an old radio program called When Radio Was. I think it was back in a radio show back in the 40s or 50s. And I think it was the last, I want to say hour or maybe 45 minutes of my show, at the last 45 minutes or so, every night, we would play this series of this radio program, this radio show. And I just hated that because it cut into my show. I wanted to have every second, every minute that I could for my show. And then the other one was every Friday, we did the Bob Hunt Country Countdown, I think it was the top 10 country songs of that week. And the morning jock, Bob Hunt, would pre-record the show. It was a countdown that again interfered with my show. It cut into my show. I didn't, I wanted to have it to be, but understood that the audience needed to hear that. It was a show that it was an important show to play. I realized that, but obviously, I wish it could have been done on. I think he actually did it on his show too. I don't know if it was. No, you know what? I don't think it was on his show. He was recording it during his show, in between songs and stuff like that, getting it ready for me to play on my show. I remember the station manager, Herb Michaels, came to me one day for whatever reason, and he said, "You're going to be playing the Herb Michaels show now." And I'm like, "What?" I didn't understand it. I wasn't getting into radio to play someone else's show. So he handed me this, 8-track tape of his intro. This is the Herb Michaels show. So I was literally playing his show, which he probably hadn't done for many, many, many years. So this lasted for, I don't know, maybe a week or so. And I went up to him, I says, but like I just said, I says, I didn't get into radio. I didn't want to, be here to play somebody else's show. This is my show. Am I not doing a good job, or what's the issue? And I guess he realized that I was not happy. And he said, well, no, don't worry about it. Just go back to doing your own show. But I never worked a day in my life when I was doing my radio show. They say you never work a day in your life when you're doing what you love to do. I walked into that studio every single day, Monday through Friday, maybe some of the weekends when I had to cover or fill in for somebody. I never took that for granted. And I never worked a day in my life there because I was doing what I had planned out to do with my life, my God-given talent. Um, and when you're in a situation like that, you never know when it's going to be your last day. Uh, so to cherish those moments that you have doing something that you enjoy doing, I think anybody who has a career that they love and enjoy and they get paid to do, and they again don't see it as working, they see it as just a normal day doing what they love to do, their passion, what they're passionate about. They're the luckiest people in the world. Um, what happened with me, unfortunately, the owner, Herb Michaels, he passed away, and then the station got sold to a Harvest Radio or religious station. I forget what it was. And I remember sitting down at the station with the new owners. I think they were interviewing everybody, all the jocks that were there. I didn't want to stay on. I didn't like the format. I should have stayed on. I mean, Bob Hunt, the morning guy, he stayed on for many years after. I just didn't like the format, and I think they actually moved to Plainfield, and it was just a different vibe. I mean, if they stayed country or rock or something that I was interested in, I think I would have stayed there. But and I'm not sure how many jocks from KMB actually stayed on with the new format and the new owners. But long story short, I enjoyed every minute of it while I was there, and just wanted to share some of the things that I didn't like doing. But at the end of the day, I think for me, all of these were a learning experience. You have to, if you don't learn something or take away something positive from things you don't like doing, I think that's really what it comes down to is really at the end of the day, what did you get out of it? What positive thing did you get out of it? What did you learn out of the things that you really didn't like doing? But that'll do it for me. As always, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.